Welcome back. In our previous executive masterclass, we explored one of the most important ideas in this graduation program, experience capital. We discovered that our professional experience is far more valuable than most people realize. It is not merely a collection of memories or years spent in employment. Rather, it's a valuable professional asset that has been accumulated throughout an entire career. Hello, I'm Advocate Anwar Shakil Omar, founder of Experience to Enterprise Academy. Today, we take the next important step in our journey. Today, we ask a fascinating question. Why do some professionals become recognized experts while others, despite having similar qualifications and years of experience, never reach that level? At first glance, the answer appears obvious. Many people would simply say because they have more experience, but that explanation is incomplete. Experience alone does not automatically create expertise. If it did, every professional with 20 or 30 years of experience would naturally become an expert. Yet, we know from real life that this is not true. Some people repeat the same year of experience 30 times. Others transform those same 30 years into extraordinary professional wisdom. So, what makes the difference? The answer lies in something that happens quietly inside the human mind. It is called pattern recognition. Think for a moment about professionals you deeply admire. Perhaps it's a senior advocate whose arguments always seem effortless, a physician who identifies a diagnosis almost immediately, an engineer who spots a design flaw before anyone else notices it, a teacher who understands exactly why a student is struggling, or a business leader who predicts market changes long before competitors become aware of them. To an outsider, these people often appear gifted. People say they have exceptional intuition. They have extraordinary intelligence. They were born with remarkable talent. But when you speak with these experts, you discover something surprising. They rarely describe their ability as talent. Instead, they often say, "I've seen something similar before." The situation reminded me of an earlier case. Certain warning signs immediately stood out. The pattern looked familiar. Notice the language they use. They are not talking about luck. They are talking about recognizing patterns. That is one of the defining characteristics of expertise. Experts do not simply remember information. They recognize relationships between experiences. They connect today's problem with something they encountered years ago. Their minds retrieve patterns rather than isolated facts. And that enables them to make better decisions, often much faster than everyone else. This is why expertise is never simply about knowing more. It is about seeing more. It is about recognizing what others overlook. It is about connecting today's challenge with yesterday's experience. And perhaps most importantly, it is about learning from experience rather than merely passing through it. Because experience gives us events, but reflection reveals patterns, and patterns are the foundation of expertise. Let us now explore an important question. How do experts actually develop the ability to recognize patterns? The answer may surprise you. It is not simply because they have worked longer, nor because they possess exceptional memories, nor because they are naturally more intelligent. Instead, they develop one habit that many professionals unknowingly neglect. They reflect. Think about your own professional life. Every week, perhaps every day, you solve problems. You make decisions. You attend meetings. You negotiate. You advise clients. You complete projects. You experience both success and failure. You ask yourself honestly, how often do you pause to reflect on these experiences? Most professionals move immediately to the next task, the next client, the next deadline, the next meeting. Their experience keeps increasing, but their understanding grows much more slowly because experience without reflection is simply activity. Reflection transforms activity into learning, and learning eventually becomes expertise. Imagine climbing a mountain. Every step takes you higher, but unless you occasionally stop and look back, you never fully experience the landscape you have already crossed. Professional life is remarkably similar. Many people keep climbing. Very few pause to understand the path. Experts do both. They work, then they reflect. They ask themselves questions such as, what really happened? Why did the approach succeed? What warning signs did I miss? What would I do differently next time? Have I encountered something similar before? Each reflection strengthens another connection in their mental library. Eventually, those connections become patterns, and those patterns become professional judgment. This explains why expertise develops gradually. It cannot be downloaded. It cannot be memorized from a textbook. And it certainly cannot be purchased. Expertise grows through thousands of small moments of thoughtful reflection. Each experience teaches a lesson. Each lesson reveals another pattern. Each pattern strengthens professional judgment. Eventually, decisions that once seemed difficult become almost instinctive. People call it intuition. But what they are really witnessing is accumulated pattern recognition. There is another fascinating characteristic of experts. As their expertise grows, they begin noticing things that others simply overlook. Imagine entering a room where 10 people observe the same situation. 9 people notice the obvious. The expert notices the hidden. Not because they are looking harder, but because their mind has already stored countless similar situations. Their brain immediately asks, have I seen this before? And in many cases, the answer is yes. That recognition allows them to anticipate problems before they become crises. It enables them to identify opportunities that others fail to recognize. It helps them ask better questions. And better questions almost always lead to better decisions. This is precisely why experience alone is never enough. 2 professionals may complete exactly the same project. One simply finishes the work, the other extracts valuable lessons. Years later, one remembers the event, the other remembers the pattern. That difference eventually separates experience from expertise. Every challenge you have faced, every difficult client, every successful negotiation, every unexpected failure, every lesson learned adds another piece to your professional puzzle. Over time, those individual pieces begin connecting. That is how expertise is formed, not through isolated experiences, but through meaningful connections between experiences. And those connections become the foundation of your professional confidence. Now that we understand how expertise develops through pattern recognition, the next question naturally follows. Can this ability be intentionally developed? The answer is yes. And that is exactly what we will explore in the next remaining session. The good news is this. Pattern recognition is not a mysterious gift reserved for a fortunate few. It is a professional ability that can be developed deliberately, consistently, and intentionally. Like any valuable skill, it becomes stronger through practice. The question is not whether you possess the ability. The question is whether you choose to develop it. Every experience you encounter presents 2 opportunities. The first is simply to complete the task. The second is to learn from it. Most professionals focus only on the first. Experts focus on both. That is why their growth never stops. As a knowledge entrepreneur, you must develop the habit of becoming a student of your own experience. Instead of asking, "What happened today?" begin asking, "What pattern did I notice today?" Instead of asking, "Did this project succeed?" ask, "Why did it succeed?" Instead of asking, "Why did the client reject the proposal?" ask, "Have I seen similar behavior before?" Those small changes in thinking gradually reshape the way your mind processes experience. And over time, your professional judgment becomes sharper, faster, and far more reliable. Notice something important. Expertise is not simply about accumulating knowledge. It is about developing judgment. Knowledge tells us what. Judgment tells us when. Knowledge explains how. Judgment determines whether. Knowledge can often be found in books. Judgment is built through life. That is why organizations seek experienced professionals. They are not merely purchasing information. They are seeking the quality of judgment that only thoughtful experience can produce. And that judgment becomes one of the most valuable forms of experience capital. This understanding also changes the way we see ourselves. Many professionals underestimate the value of what they know because they believe everyone already knows this. But that is rarely true. You recognize patterns that younger professionals have never encountered. You identify risks that others fail to notice. You anticipate challenges before they arise. You develop the ways of solving problems that textbooks rarely describe. Those insights are not ordinary. They are the result of years of accumulated professional wisdom. And that wisdom has tremendous value. As you continue through this graduation program, I encourage you to begin observing your own professional life differently. Become curious about your experiences. Write down important lessons. Reflect after the significant decisions. Identify recurring situations. Ask better questions. Over time, you will discover that your greatest professional asset is not merely your experience. It is your ability to recognize the patterns hidden within that experience. And that ability becomes the foundation upon which every successful knowledge enterprise is built. Let us conclude today's masterclass with a simple thought. Experience teaches. Reflection reveals. Patterns connect. Judgment matures. Expertise emerges. That is the journey every knowledge entrepreneur undertakes. I am Advocate Anwar Shakilama, founder, Experience to Enterprise Academy. If you found value in today's session, please like, share this with a colleague, and subscribe to our channel. I look forward to welcoming you to our next Executive Masterclass. Until then, continue learning, continue reflecting, and continue observing your own professional life differently. Thank you. You may have spent 20, 30, or even 40 years building your career. You have accumulated knowledge, skills, judgment, relationships, and lessons that cannot be learned from textbooks. But here is the real question. Are you earning from the true value of that experience? Perhaps you know that your experience is valuable, but you don't know what to monetize, whom to serve, what niche to choose, what to offer, or how to begin. That is the gap we want to help you close. Introducing the Experience to Enterprise Accelerator, an AI-assisted program designed to help experienced professionals discover the commercial value hidden inside their knowledge and transform it into a clear enterprise opportunity. We help you identify your experience capital, discover your micro niche, identify your ideal customer and the high-value problem you can solve, and turn your expertise into your first monetizable offer. So instead of asking, what business can I possibly start? You begin answering, what enterprise can I build from what I already know? You also receive our complete series of 12 executive masterclasses. taking you through the journey from recognizing the hidden value of your experience to building knowledge assets, authority, enterprise, and ultimately legacy. But this isn't simply a collection of videos. You move into implementation. With AI-assisted frameworks, we help you work toward your micro-niche, niche validation, ideal customer, first offer, preliminary pricing, and your own personal monetization ladder. And importantly, we teach you, sell before you create. Why spend months building a product only to discover that nobody wants it? Instead, learn to validate the opportunity, develop the offer, approach the market, and seek real customer interest before investing heavily in creation. And all this comes together in your personalized experience to enterprise blueprint, a practical roadmap showing what you could build, whom you could serve, what you could offer, and your next steps toward monetization. You receive 12 executive masterclasses, experience capital discovery, micro niche discovery and validation, ideal customer blueprint, AI-assisted first offer, personal monetization ladder, sell before you create framework, first 10 customers action plan, 30-day monetization roadmap, and your personalized enterprise blueprint. Your experience is not something that belongs only to your past. It may be the capital for your future. AI can help you analyze it. AI can help you package it. AI can help you accelerate it. But the experience is yours. And now may be the time to put it to work. Join the Experience to Enterprise Accelerator for just 5,999 rupees. Don't allow decades of valuable experience to remain only on your resume. Discover it, validate it, package it, monetize it, and begin transforming your experience into enterprise. And that too, sitting inside the comfort of your home. The seats are limited. Enroll today by paying 5,999 rupees using any of the following options. Scan the QR code, use the UPI ID, or GPay the amount to our phone number 75609 71303. After making the payment, please share a screenshot of the transaction as confirmation of your enrollment to the same phone number by WhatsApp. We deliver results. Your first sale is guaranteed in 3 months.